3 Count Thursday is sponsored by Arena Eats. Log on to the website arenaeats.app, that's arenaeats.app, for the ultimate fan experience. At your favorite sports venue, Arena Eats mobile app, pre-order, express pickup, and in-seat delivery. How do you place your order? I feel like there's an opportunity here for Ryan to get on his soapbox and me to get on mine a little bit. We'll cover those. We'll take the break. We'll preview the pay-per-view. Yes, Ryan, we'll start with you because last night your favorite NXT superstar of all time returned and helped a title change on NXT.
I don't know anything about it.
I think you do. Don't hold out on me, Ryan.
I know Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch, team 1212, are the NXT Tag Team Champions.
Yep.
There was a guy with, what the fuck was he wearing? It was like a giant metal maxi
It was the
I don't know what it was.
It was the chest plate that Bret Hart wore when Goldberg speared him. He
Bret Hart is so small and frail. That's
right. Yes, so he's back, and that's happening. I don't think he's wrestling, so if he's in a managerial role, I'll be all right. But I feel like you have a two-man team, and you're calling out the Undisputed Era, which is a four-man group. It's going to end up with him having to wrestle again. He's done enough to win me over that he deserves a second match in NXT. I accept it. No soapbox needed.
Wow.
Victory.
Wow.
I am so happy.
What the hell just happened?
I love this new Ryan. You know what? Enjoy your mute button today, bud.
What the hell is even that?
I'm so confused right now.
I love it.
2020, and I'm not going to take wrestling too serious that I need to step up on a soapbox.
Unlike our man Jim Cornette.
Hey, do not lump me in with that dickbag.
Candy dots? Yeah, we're lumping you in.
I'm not going that far.
I mean, do we just want to jump right to the next topic? Because
we might as well, because I thought for sure Ryan was going to come in hot on NXT.
What's your problem?
I thought it was a fun segment. I enjoyed it. Nobody else has any comments about him real quick before we go? I just want to make sure.
I'm thrilled to see him back.
I think it's awesome.
I love awful.
Awesome.
Okay, I'm about to say.
Oh, he's not plugging AEW yet.
No. Okay. So what is your problem with My Shadow and Me?
I just didn't like it. I just thought it sucked. And it doesn't matter what night it's on. It just wasn't good.
What wasn't good about it? I would like to know what exactly was bad about it. The fact that the actual professional singer sucked and that MJF carried Chris Jericho to a really great duet.
Okay, well, I will absolutely give MJF tons of credit for his singing ability, which caught me off guard. That is
the fact that Chris Jericho in the middle of the routine turned into Sebastian from The Little Mermaid.
I thought his head was gonna pop like a zit.
Yes,
like he was redder than his jacket.
Yes.
And let's be fair here. And this is coming from a guy who has bought multiple Fozzy albums. I would call Jericho multiple. I would call Jericho a professional singer. That's stretching the word professional singer. I get, like, in the truest definition of the word, technically speaking, he is. But, like,
I mean, he's the front man.
He's the front man, but like
means he's lead vocals.
I get it, but like,
so he's a professional singer.
I know, but
so somebody who gets
that's
financially compensated.
That's implying
for
that
vocally going into a microphone.
My point is, he's not very good at it. He's not a good singer.
What about Mongoose McQueen? Was he any good?
Mongoose McQueen was great, but after 25 years of alcohol abuse. I mean, you know, I would imagine that Mongoose would sound as bad as Jericho does in 2020.
That's fair.
For me, I don't know. I don't like musicals to begin with. So like maybe that burst my bubble from the start. Is like I just, am I saying it wasn't done well? I'm not saying it wasn't done well. It just, I hated it. It wasn't for me.
All of my critiques on it are strictly from the performance aspect of it. I have no problem with the segment, but I'm going to nitpick this thing like it's how bad I nitpicked effing Tyler Bate and Trent Seven versus the Undisputed Era and that damn towel throw in.
Great match.
I hated the finish. We're not doing this again. But MJF couldn't have been more lazy in his dance moves throughout the entire duration of the song. Chris Jericho couldn't find the tune if he had a metal detector.
Well, he was to be in his credit, he was trying to find his air.
Sure. Okay. Well, maybe if he wasn't a super spreader and he didn't have coronavirus giving it to everybody, he'd have had his air, allegedly.
Isn't that MJF's gimmick though? Better than you. Why do I have to even try? Like him being lazy, I felt played into him doing what he has to do to like get into, but doesn't really have to do. Like I feel like that's what he does. That's MJF. I thought, and I gave that a pass.
Yeah, I guess. I didn't care for the talkie skit before it.
No, I thought that was bad. And maybe they lost me on the segment during that because I thought that was dumber than hell. First off, why are you? What kind of? I mean, if we're really splitting hairs, Chris Jericho would be a guy that would order his steak well done, or medium, or like well done or medium well or whatever. But maybe they lost me there. I haven't found a lot of what they've been doing in this feud very great at all either. Like, and because I hold both of them, especially in a promo / entertainment role, in pretty high regard. And none of it's really been entertaining to me. Maybe, I think that might be part of it as well, because I feel like I have a certain level of expectation for those two, and to me, it hasn't hit that.
That's fair. Did anyone else see the segment?
I thought it was very entertaining. I actually LOL'd, as the kids say. I thought it was very good.
Oh man!
And I did want to say at the start of the show, we were supposed to have Brittany on tonight to our sixth member to preview the pay-per-view. She will not be able to join us tonight. We'll try and get her back on for the Full Gear predictions in 2 weeks. So a bummer for the month of October, but hopefully we'll be able to rectify that. Maybe we'll have her on twice in November because we have a Full Gear and a Survivor Series. So
and we might have another Thanksgiving draft.
Ooh. What?
Good.
I'm not doing no goddamn dishes. We're getting plasticware and paper plates this year, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And
we should do a draft. I'm trying to think. We should do a draft next week.
Okay.
For Halloween candy?
Oh, I like it. I like that.
Idea.
I feel like that is the most 3 Count Thursday ass topic I've ever heard.
Yes, that's perfect.
Sounds good.
I already know Jim's gonna lose because he's gonna put fucking bottle caps in the first round, and then he'll probably take.
No. See, I would do great in the first round. I would do great in the first round, like I did with Thanksgiving. But I would somehow I would have a brain fart and close it out with candy corn. And just completely,
you would do like the pumpkins.
Oh God!
So it's like it's not candy corn; it's larger candy corn, which makes it so much worse.
Those pumpkins are awful.
It's all bad.
I will
Am I
have
the only one that kind of enjoys the pumpkins. Then
I love candy corn.
Ryan, what were you? You said something about a mute button, right? There we go. Don't ever
no.
say that again.
I will have a really swanky draft overlay.
Awesome.
Where
I love
I
it.
will actually put our picks up in real time
Oh, beautiful.
on the screen.
That'll be nice.
I'll work on it.
Another issue
Mark, will you vote? Will you nominate Hodecker Celery as is that considered?
Stop
is that
saying
considered Halloween
picks.
candy?
Yeah,
For
quit
Halloween, absolutely. It's good for every holiday.
giving out.
Hand out like
Fourth of
ants on a
July.
log to kids that come trick or treating to you.
Way to blow my first pick, Ryan.
I
God
give him
damn.
a stalk of Hodecker celery.
I'm
Yeah,
not
one
losing
stalk
out
of
because of
Hodecker
celery again. I tell you what.
So good.
And gummy Cornish game hens is going to be on my list as well. Okay, and here's another issue I have, and it goes back to what AEW said they were going to be and still try to say they are from the beginning. Like, this was as sports entertainment can get. Am I not wrong there?
You are correct.
Right. Like, this is what we were told we were not going to get pretty much with AEW.
Correct.
And they give it to us a lot. And again,
Correct.
as I said,
Correct.
I think it was last week, they do sports entertainment well. They absolutely do. They are very good at sports entertainment.
When was the last time that AEW said we're not sports entertainment? I feel like that's what they brought to the dance by saying we're going to be different and we're going to be wrestling. And then we got sports entertainment right out of the gate, and they were like, let's not talk about that anymore. Kind of like how Andy Dalton was like, I'm a good quarterback, and then we're just not going to talk about that anymore. I mean, he hasn't been good since Texas Christian, like when he had that undefeated season. That was the
Wow,
last
there you
time
go. Bringing up the old TCU, huh?
about Andy Dalton.
Love
It's a little different, Ryan. It's
Was
more
that- was
so
that-
like when Mike McCarthy took over a team and was like, "Hey, we're gonna like really focus on the defense," and then they just didn't focus on the defense at all, and no one just talked about it anymore.
Nobody talks about things like that. Much like AEW is like, you know what? We are what we are, and deal with it. You're gonna watch if you don't. If not, I'm gonna get muted again.
Way out of line. Way out of line.
I think their commercials still talk about like being a different type of wrestling or something like that. Like that air on TNT.
Yeah, it's a different type. It's not wrestling. It's sports entertainment. So they're not wrong.
Right. So they're wrong. Exactly. That's my point.
They're not wrong.
No, they're not.
If it's a different type of wrestling, they're presenting sports entertainment. They're not wrong. If they said we're wrestling, then they'd be wrong. Yeah, the segment wasn't great. I'm not disagreeing with you about the segment. I didn't love the segment. I thought it was hokey as hell. It's exactly what you expect on a sports entertainment show.
Right, but so everyone's gonna focus on this "My Shadow and Me" segment, and they're not gonna focus on the great promo work with John Moxley and Eddie Kingston that took place all throughout the event. They're not gonna talk about the spot fest between Pentas El Cerro M and Ray Phoenix. They're not gonna talk about like
Alex Reynolds dying in the ring for 5 minutes and everybody just working around him.
And dragging
And then-
his dead body to the corner to tag out.
and
was
then
bad.
making him run the bulldog clothesline spot.
Right.
That
and
was probably the
Nick-
worst. And shame on
two
whatever
of
young
the
buck that was
EVPs.
for not realizing what was going on.
You have a referee who can't look at a lifeless body in the ring and call an audible. I believe, if I'm correct, their doctor sits ringside. Three Count Thursday is sponsored by Arena Eats. Log on to the website arenaeats.app. That's arenaeats.app for the ultimate fan experience. At your favorite sports venue, Arena Eats mobile app, pre-order, express pickup, and in-seat delivery. How do you place your order? Or
This
does
is wrestling, Jim? In wrestling, we rub dirt on it and we keep working.
and you have two of the company's executive vice presidents in the ring
Yeah.
dragging a lifeless body around. Like,
I gotta get
Definitely
my
throw
ish in.
Indiana Bulldog into his
holy
lifeless body.
hell. Like,
That was bad.
like, you know, a month after like the lifeless corpse of Matt Hardy like fell off of scaffolding.
He was fine.
Yeah, he was great.
He was cleared the whole time.
Yeah, he had that 30-second concussion test.
He had perfect reflexes like this.
Like, man, they gotta do better. Like, you have to do better. And like, don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that like WWE is some beacon for safety and treating everybody really well. But when all I hear all the time is how like WWE's unsafe and they don't they don't care about the safety of their performers, you know, that other side that only the EVPs have health insurance, by the way, you know, they don't take care of people that are like dead and lifeless in the ring either. So it's like, it's shitty all around. And that's kind of been my point, is like, AEW may not be as shitty, but they're still shitty. Like, they're still,
I feel like the wrestling business is shitty in general.
it is. Like, it is.
We've been around the block enough to know that that's the truth.
It is. But like, I'm just looking at the top two dogs in the fight at this point.
You're not wrong.
You know, but yeah, there is a lot of things that about that show that are going to get lost because of one segment. I agree, Tim.
I was really thinking that segment was going to be like real cheap lowbrow jokes, like somebody ordering a steak well done and the other person like asking for ketchup to dip their steak into, things like that. Like, I didn't think we were going to get a full-blown song and dance, so I was okay with like where it went, but it was shit. It was absolute comedy in sports entertainment on a wrestling show is what it is. I'm going to call a spade a spade.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, I saw people going like, oh, you know, the whole show's ruined because I'm like, I didn't like the segment, but like the segment ended and I thought the rest of the show was pretty good. Like, that Phoenix Pentagon match was fantastic. If you haven't watched that one, do it. It was real fucking good. You know, it didn't take away from the rest of the show for me. I just did not like that segment. It just wasn't for me. And again, there could be multiple reasons why. Maybe it's because you know, my all-time love for Chris Jericho has been soured in the past 6 months because he's a COVIDiot. You know, maybe that plays into it a little bit as well. I'm not sure.
You know, again, I'm going to chalk it up to throwing things at and seeing what sticks. Some people are going to like it, some people aren't. Like Tully interfering as the crypt keeper, or I'm sorry, the timekeeper. In that segment, you know, I didn't love it. I thought it was a dead giveaway that it was Tully, things like that. Then again, you can go back to Raw, and you can find plenty of people that didn't love the inclusion of El Gran Gordo to Monday Night Raw,
which I thought was hilarious.
I thought it was funny too. I enjoyed that segment aplenty.
The only, I mean, yeah, it was obvious it was Tully Blanchard, but
that was obvious. The other one, we don't know who El Gran Gordo is.
No, El Gran Gordo, dude. I've learned, I've watched, you know, documentaries about the legend of El Gran Gordo. I mean, everybody knows. If you're a wrestling fan and you don't know El Gran Gordo, you're doing it wrong. You're just doing it wrong. My problem, it was more of a production issue with the Tully Blanchard spot, because like, they had cut to a camera that like showed him getting in the ring when it's like clearly supposed to be like one of those surprise like chairs to the back or whatever it was. Like, so, you know, that Scotty, who's Otis?
Otis is on SmackDown. Scott, it's really obvious.
Yeah. Who's he?
I mean, you've got 5 guys here. All 5 guys will tell you El Gran Gordo was huge in Mexico. He was appearing in AAA.
He was trained.
He said it was a double Achilles injury.
Yeah, a double Achilles.
For a while.
And he was trained by La Luchadora, right?
He was trained by La Luchadora,
who made her debut on SmackDown a couple years ago.
Yes.
Yeah, he was in those videos with Spanky and Eva Marie.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he
held.
Yeah.
In the background, he was doing rolls.
I don't know.
Rolls in the
Eating
background.
rolls.
He's eating rolls in the background.
Yeah, Scotty, I don't know who you're saying.
I'm gonna eat, goddammit.
I don't know who you're saying. Otis. It was Tully Blanchard was on AEW. That was not Otis. And El Gran Gordo was on Raw. That was clearly not Otis. Otis was drafted to SmackDown.
Yeah, Otis,
Tim,
Otis would have had a briefcase with him, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, and
You
El
were a
Gran.
big WCW guy. They did a lot of stuff with luchadors. Do you remember any El Gran Gordo matches in early WCW when like Ray was just coming up and stuff?
I'm not playing into your games.
You're a piece of shit.
Oh, and now how it feels, Ryan.
Fuck you, buddy.
I always play into your games. What game didn't I play into?
Not today.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
But also, just to jump back to Raw, and then we'll take our break and we'll get to the Elimination Chamber. Obviously, we saw the Fiend and Alexa Bliss, the power couple of Monday Night Raw. I fucking love it. I love everything that is happening with that. It's and like I still don't even know like where it's going. I don't care where it's going. I don't care what the end game is. But my God, like it is so good. I love what they're doing with it.
Jim, what if the end game is they have a live sex celebration in the middle of the ring, and 9 months later they bring Hornswoggle back as the demon child of the Fiend and Alexa Bliss?
It is what it is.
They bring
That
Zack
is
Ryder
strangely
back as the
arousing.
demon child.
Sure, why not?
Ooh, and a Zack Ryder. Okay, we got a future here for Zack.
Yeah, there we go.
I mean,
Let me just say that was the best segment of the night. And also, God bless whoever decided to put Randy Orton's promo as the final, because I had been having some trouble sleeping, and that.
Randy Orton had to save your boy from Raw Underground for the rest of eternity.
Don't be
so-
rude.
Yeah. But
when do we think we're gonna see Retribution again? Probably never, right? They've been buried.
oh yeah,
deep.
they're dead and buried.
They're
That
dead
was
and gone, right?
They're done.
so clearly
They're done.
obvious.
No.
Tim, I'm not playing your game now.
Yeah, dude. The
Sunday.
yeah. Oh yeah, we'll get one. Yeah, well, one of them is facing Bray Wyatt on Sunday, so I would imagine that we will see them on Sunday.
Which one?
We're gonna bury him again.
Which one do you think?
Well, I already know the answer because I have the card pulled. So
It's on the card?
it was on the Wikipedia card today.
I don't believe that.
So
Oh,
go.
it's just taken off. I looked it up. It's not there now.
It's not there now.
No.
Really? Because it was there this afternoon when I printed these off.
Yeah, no. I was running down my notes an hour before we went live, and it wasn't there.
There's 4 matches, right?
Oh, see, I have
that's all
five. I have five
listed.
on mine. So yeah, that must have been a.
What did they have listed? I'm curious.
They had T-Bar listed,
I mean,
which
that makes sense.
which would make the most sense because that was the one that ate the mandible claw on Monday, right?
Right, and the Sister Abigail. Yeah.
I've lost track of who's who in that group, but besides Ali,
T-Bar's the tall one.
T-Bar's Dijakovic.
Yeah.
What's
Slappy was the other guy.
oh yes,
Poltergeist was the
Slapnuts
other one.
is TK61. What's
Tony Khan, 61.
Tony Khan 61.
Slap nuts.
What's Dio Madden's
Pepper spray.
what is it? No, it's not
Mace.
Mace. Pepper
Jesus
spray.
Christ.
And Mia Yim is
Retaliation.
Retaliation.
Sleepy in Jim's car.
I think it's Reckoning.
Reckoning.
It's
That's the
Reckoning.
one. I was gonna say like Retaliation almost sounds like Retribution, and I'm like that would be somewhat redundant. But yeah, there was a few people that were overreacting to the Retribution being buried by the Fiend on Monday night.
Overreacting. No.
I'm trying. That's the nicest way I can put it. I could say other things. Lou William joining us. How's everybody doing? Scotty says Ali versus Wyatt isn't signed yet. No, it wasn't. It wasn't even. It was T-Bar was on my list. I don't know if that was just people being fun online or if they're just hypothesizing. Somebody got a carrot of information from somebody. So I'll cross that one off. We'll only do.
We can say Retribution versus Bray Wyatt. We know Bray Wyatt's going to win.
Sure. Yeah, that's easy.
Call it that.
Yeah. Okay. So Scotty says Retribution still hasn't won a match. I wouldn't say buried, but not far from it. Have they? They were in one match, right? Their only match was this past Monday against the Hurt Business, right?
I thought they had a 3-on-3 too.
Oh, did they? Maybe that was
3-2.
That might have been the Raw that I didn't watch. But Retribution as yes, I know, Scotty, you can change Wikipedia by yourself. That
I could change my underwear by myself.
Don't oversell yourself, Ryan. But if like listening to Ali's promo, it's not even necessary. And now, granted, they can't lose every match and be considered successful, but there's more to like their cause than wins and losses in the ring. So, like, again, don't fall on that IWC trap of overusing the word buried. That's my thought on that one. Anybody want to get to anything else before we hit the commercial break and the previews then? All right.
Before I forget about it, I saw it pop up on the Yahoo, and it's something seasonally, and maybe Matt, if anybody has. Matt, have you seen Girl on the Third Floor, the CM Punk horror movie that's now on Netflix?
No, I have not.
Is there any interest? Anybody seen it? Any interest in seeing it? Boring? No.
It sounds like my ex.
It has got it's got an 84% on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't know if that's good or bad. I forget how Rotten Tomato works.
It's out of 100, so that's like a B.
Okay, so that's not bad. It has a 1.8 Google review, though, for people that have watched it and logged it on Google. So 1.8 stars out of 5, so not it hot there. But I've heard it's disturbing for what it's worth. So maybe it's up somebody's alley.
I'm not much of a like Halloween scary movie kind of guy, so probably not in my wheelhouse at least. But
have we ever discussed Halloween movies here? Do you enjoy any Halloween movie, Jim?
Not really. I don't like
a horror guy.
No, I mean like the only horror movies I've ever like, horror, gory, like anything in that kind of in that kind of window is like, I mean, I've seen The Shining, I've seen like The Exorcist, I've seen what's the cheesy 80s one, like The Evil Dead.
Rudy.
Eat shit and die.
What about Beetlejuice?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I've seen it. I couldn't tell you the last time I saw it. It's just a lot of like horror movies, scary movies. Definitely not really my style.
Matt, I guess now that we're talking about it, you're the movie guy. Do you have a favorite horror movie?
The Thing, the original one.
Ooh.
Scotty says, want a CM Punk horror movie? Watch his UFC run. Ah! Hey.
Don't forget to tip the wait staff.
I've got a very scary horror movie up in my attic.
What's that? Your wedding video?
It's from my. Yeah, it's my wedding video.
Sell that shit to Netflix, man. Get some money on that.
Now's the time of year.
We're watching. If we watch Tiger King,
I was gonna say. Has everybody watched Tiger King here? Good. Okay. All right. Well, Mark.
I sold most of it, but I didn't finish it.
Oh, it's
oh man, I couldn't stop watching it.
Oh, I know.
Like
we watched it all on a Saturday. Like the first week it blew up, the first week of quarantine. We watched the first episode and we didn't move till we were done. It was just Let's get this.
Matt, I am now on to season 6 of Community, and wow,
Yeah.
it is not easy.
Nope, not at all.
The episodes are now 27 minutes long instead of like 21 because it went to the Yahoo streaming service for season 6. Yeah, it's rough.
That extra 6 minutes is
4
worse.
more to go. I'm gonna do it. Allison Bree's gonna get me through it.
Scotty says Carol Baskin's on Dancing with the Stars. I bet she's killing it.
I think she just come out as she's bisexual as well, so she's trying to whatever she can do to stay in the news.
Yeah, she said, I don't kill just my husband. Three Count Thursday is sponsored by Arena Eats. Log on to the website arenaeats.app, that's arenaeats.app, for the ultimate fan experience. At your favorite sports venue, Arena Eats mobile app, pre-order, express pickup, and in-seat delivery. How do you place your order?